Hey, welcome to the channel, everybody. Man, it's awesome to see you. I'm super stoked about that. So I'm driving home and I'm thinking about some of the news I was reading this morning, which was some senators requesting that the Department of the Army relook at how the Army Combat Physical Fitness Test is being implemented. Now, that's what this channel is all about. It's all about professional development within the Army. So if that's what you're all about, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell where you can stay up to date on some future content. Now, if you've had any kind of contact with the ACFT, maybe you've taken it, maybe you're getting ready to take it, maybe you've seen it, you want to leave some comments down below, man, do that, and I'll respond back to you. We can keep this conversation rolling. So if you don't know what the ACFT is, it's the Army Combat Physical Fitness Test, and it is the physical fitness test that the Army is replacing as the record physical fitness test for the Army. The old Army Physical Fitness Test is no longer being implemented at all. You can't even take it anymore. Now, right now, we're kind of in a diag period for the ACFT. And my unit, we're in the process of conducting our first round of diags, and we'll get another round knocked out before the end of the year. I've had maybe already 7 to 8 dudes who's already taken it and is recorded in DTMS, but we're looking to get 100%. So I'm looking forward to, within a couple weeks, I'll do another shout out here and let you know what that result is after I get everything tallied up. 139 soldiers. How's everybody doing on the ACFT? And I'll report back to you, especially as it relates here. Because the reason that the senators are asking, I'm sure, is because service members are asking their elected officials to look into this. Because up until this point in time, there has been a lot of concern and conversation about the ACFT and how it may impact a certain demographic. And so what the senators are saying is that if this goes through as it's written down on paper, we could see the demographics of the Army change dramatically, and we may not be as diverse as what we want. Now, I'm gonna share you some thoughts on what the conversation has been, and maybe some of my own personal thoughts. And then if you're a leader, I'm going to tell you some of the things that you need to do and how you communicate about Army standards, because I think it is incredibly important to remember who we are and to remember the value of our words and the impact of what we say, because man, it's huge. So going on, the last year and some change, there's been a larger percentage of the female population who's had a difficult challenge in executing the leg tuck to a minimum standard to be able to pass. Now, if you don't pass the leg tuck, the first order consequences is that you fail the test. If you fail the physical fitness test, you're subjected to be flagged, right? So all favorable action is going to be suspended, right? So no promotions, no awards, no schools. Everything that you would need to progress in your career is on hold until you're a go at that station. You fail 2 in a row, and your command is required to initiate separation. And so I think this is where a lot of people's concerns are. They're looking at the population, this demographic, and saying, oh my goodness, what's going to happen if 30% of our female population is told that they are no longer fit to be soldiers in the United States Army? Is this the route that we want to go? Now, I'm not a policy maker. I'm just an NCO whose job it is to execute. But I will say, I think there's 2 routes, on the personal side of the house. 2 different ways I can think about things. And I think there are some people out there who may think, hey, is what it is, and our job is to locate, close with, and destroy the enemy by fire and maneuver and repel the enemy's assault by fire and close combat. That I'm a warrior and a member of a team. stand ready to deploy, right? I'm an American soldier. If you can't be physically fit, you have no business being a soldier. And that is a way to look at things. The other way would be to say, we need to ensure that, the Army as a whole is a representative, is a solid representation demographically of the United States population, right? And we need to have active policies that promote that. Now, we'll see what the policymakers say. I'd be curious to see what the DOD says and what the Department of the Army says. And until that point, this is what I'm going to come back to. And it's, if you're a leader, I don't care if you're a first-line NCO, if you work on staff, if you're a commander, if you're a senior NCO, our job, your job, is to enforce the standard. The first person that we enforce the standard with is ourselves. And I think that we're going to see, so we're going to take our diags, right? And I may have some failures on the diag. And you know what? Roger that. Do better next time. And hopefully next time, if you were substandard, you'll be at least that minimum standard that you need to do to pass. And next time, do a little bit better. And along the way, how do you get better? Is you change how you do physical readiness training, which we've already seen a change in FM 7-22. We'll talk about that in a future video. But you need to change. Now, you don't want to do PT, you don't want to study for the test, so to speak, but at the same time, man, you got to kind of study for the test. And if you know that you have a weakness, you need to turn that weakness into a strength. That's what being a leader and being resilient is all about. And I think we're going to see that strong, resilient leaders who know that they may have a weakness are going to overcome it. Because that's what people do. That's what soldiers do. You overcome challenge and adversity. And so I think some of our cautions and our concerns that some people have may be a little premature. I have more faith in our service members, men and women, senior and subordinate alike, I think, than a lot of people out there who are concerned and are going to try to change directive prematurely. I'm looking forward to seeing the results of the tests. And once I get through 100%, right, so we're doing our diags right now, and hopefully by the end of the middle of next month, I'll be able to quantifiably let you all know how 139 soldiers fared on the ACFT. And then by the end of the year, we'll have our second record test done. And I'll let you know the same thing then, right? What kind of improvement did we see? There's a lot to it, that's for sure. And if you're a leader out there, what I need you to remember and what I need you to do is remember that. Remember the power of your words. I was talking to a young sergeant after the promotion board last month, and I told her that I gave her a no-go. And I think this soldier that is outstanding. She's a great young NCO. She just kind of fell apart, and I told her after the fact, it's like, I don't think you understand. I wrote this down on her SRB during the board. I don't think you understand how important you are. And I think the same is true for most leaders. We don't understand how important we are. Your words as a leader, as a non-commissioned officer, as a E5, as a sergeant, as a staff sergeant, whatever your rank, grade, or position is, your words have power and meaning. And it changes things. It empowers people. It enacts change within an organization. And we either own our duties and responsibilities and we live in and through them, through our Army values, or we create new standards. Right? Like I said earlier, I'm not a policy maker. I don't create standards. It's my job to enforce them. And if I don't enforce them, if I don't own them, that I'm going to create a new standard. Now, that new standard may be, that it's okay to complain about the standards. And that's the wrong answer. It's absolutely the wrong answer. And it's unfortunate that sometimes the seeds that we sow like this, we won't see the fruit of maybe directly for another 5-10 years. But I look across my formation of 139 soldiers, and all I see is the future of the United States Army. Those young privates. Man, some of them cats are going to be NCOs. Some of them are going to be platoon sergeants, first sergeants. Some of them are going to go to the dark side and be officers, warrant officers. We're all going to get out and move on to being civilians. Maybe be managers out there. What are they learning along the way? Are they learning the right things or not? Man, my mind's spinning just thinking about all this, and I'm going to let you go. But again, let me know what you think about it, everything down in the comments below. We'll keep this conversation rolling. If you enjoyed the content of the conversation, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so you can stay up to date on some future content. As always, until then, y'all, you stay out there and you keep on grinding.